Raise your hand if you get a vitamin every day. 2, 3, take your vitamins. That's a big crowd. So we actually can't hand things a vitamin and have them take it. We have to be a little sneaky. They don't make gummy vitamins for penguins, so we have to stuff it in the gills of a fish, and we can feed them that fish. And that's how they get their vitamins every day. It's sneaky, but it works. And that's another reason why we hand feed. She also might throw a little bit of fish on the deck there, and that allows the really hungry penguins to free feed at their leisure, kind of the shy ones to get as much as they need as well. But also throw some fish in the water. It's a lot of fun for us to watch. It's a lot of fun for the penguins as well, but it lets us show off how well adapted they are for maneuvering in the water, which is very important because that's the only way to get food in the wild, is by hunting and swimming in the ocean. So they have to be really well adapted for doing so. We have 3 species here of snakes. These small switch are the rock hoppers. They're all black and white with yellow crest feathers right above their eyes. They look like little fancy eyebrows. And they use this for communication. It's very complicated. They shake their heads back and forth and scream at each other. And you'll probably be seeing them doing that in the back wall a lot right there because it's the beginning of breeding season. And they have to tell everybody that this is my territory, don't steal my rocks. Or you can probably see that Gentoo has been carrying rocks back and forth and stealing some from everybody else. So they have to stake out their territory by shaking their heads back and forth and screaming at each other, waving those little yellow crest feathers around. The rock hoppers are a lot of fun to watch because they're a little bit more active and spunky than the others, and they're always up to something, so they're a lot of fun to watch. We do have one that looks a little bit different than everybody else because she does not have crest feathers, and her name is Skittles, and she's approaching a year old because she was born here at Burbank, or hatched here at Burbank last summer. So she won't get her crest feathers until she does her adult molt at about, she's a little bit over a year old, probably this fall, so she'll get like little tiny crest feathers, but she does not have crest feathers right now. She's probably around Liz. Oh, she's right under Cole's bucket, trying to beg for him. She's a little spoiled. Our middle-sized penguins that we have are Gentoos. They're all black and white, little white ear marks above their eyes. And the coolest thing about Gentoos, they're the fastest swimming of all penguins. They can swim up to 22 miles per hour in the open ocean. Kind of put that in perspective, the fastest limit are good speed for people is just about 5 miles per hour, which is super, super fast. A lot faster than all the other penguins, and a lot faster than people. Fastest limit grade speed for people is 5 miles per hour, so they're super fast. You might notice that when the other penguins get out of the water, there he goes again with the rock, they have to climb out of the water. All the Gentoos leap out of the water. So the faster they get going in the water, the more air they get when they're jumping out of the water. They look like little jets. That's a lot of fun. He's getting one more rock. That's Bosco. I wonder how we can tell these guys apart. Oh, sorry, I'm excusing myself. Last but not least, we have 5 king penguins, so the second largest of all penguins. Only beat by the giant Arab penguin, which is the largest, so it's twice as big. So kings weigh about 35 to 40 pounds. Another would weigh 90 pounds, and be 1.5 to 2 feet taller than a king penguin. So I think the king penguins are big. They do look a lot alike. You can tell them apart by their coloration. One's showing it off right there. They have the bright gold upside down teardrop shape on the sides of their head. And others don't have that. There's open face and the white of their belly. So look for that bright gold patch that looks like a teardrop. I will tell you that that is a king penguin. Let's create myself for you guys. Again, you might wonder how you can tell these guys apart. It's actually almost impossible to tell a male and female apart just by looking. So we get a penguin, we pull some feathers, send it off for a DNA test. That tells us whether or not they're male or female, and we band them accordingly. So I'll tell you guys the keeper secret of how to tell them apart. All the males and the boys are banded on the left. They look like little bracelets on their wings. We call them wing bands. All the boys are banded on the left. All the girls or the females are banded on the right. Easy way to remember that is remember it was right, so right on the right. That's a bad joke. But they all have their own colors as well. That's how we can tell them apart as individuals. So I know that Bosco, who's Gentoo, carrying his rocks back and forth, he has a dark blue band on his left wing. You see his left wing, so you can know that's a boy. And his dark blue underneath that is Bosco. So they all have their own colors and their own names, so that's how we can tell them apart. When people normally think about penguins, they think about the cold and ice in Antarctica. But it's actually only true for 2 species of penguins out of 17, which is the emperor penguin and the Adelie. They're the only ones that live pretty much full-time in Antarctica. So where do the rest of them live? They all live in southern here.